What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. And welcome to the final race review of the 2019 season and the final race review of this decade. This was the final race of this decade, the final race of the season, and the final race at Homestead as the championship race. Let's get into the review. So, first I'm going to talk about is the four drivers that were competing for the championship. So, you had Martrix Jr., Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, and Kyle Busch. Those are the four drivers that were competing for today's championship. Those the guys that were main focus in today's race. Let's get into the review. So, from the drop of the green flag, Kevin Harvick looked to be the best car in this race to start off. He looked really, really strong in this race. But then Martrix Jr. was able to catch up. Martrix Jr. did not get the best start of the race, but he caught up to Kevin Harvick and was able to pass him, and that was the first lead change of the race. And then Martrix Jr. pretty much dominated stage one, and Martrix Jr. was able to win the first stage. Remember, points do not matter in this race because it's the highest finisher in this race. So for those guys, points don't matter. So Martrix Jr. won stage one, Kyle Larson second, Kyle Busch third, Kevin Harvick fourth, Denny Hamlin fifth, Ryan Blaney sixth, Clint Bowyer seventh, William Byron eighth, Jimmy Johnson ninth, and Austin Dillon ran out the top 10. My God, there were quite a few Chevys in the top 10 in this race. went back racing on lap 87, and once again, Kyle Busch seemed to be really good on the restart because he got a great pit stop, and then Martrix Jr. basically took the race lead. And then one of the biggest mistakes of the season for the Martrix Jr. crew happens. They basically flipped the tires. So the right front tire was on the left front, and the left front was on the right front. And it's like the dominant car of the race, the car to beat, the car that was dominating up to this point, was losing basically because of this. And it's like, oh my God, guys, you cannot make mistakes like this. They made a big mistake in that moment. Because of that moment, Martrix Jr.'s opportunity kind of went out the window. Luckily for them, they caught it pretty much right away. And well spotted on that. But it's basically put him a lap down. So Martrix Jr. basically had to race his way all the way back up to like 13th. Martin did so well, though, in stage one. He basically lapped up to 12th position. And then a lucky caution would come out, and the only caution for an incident in this race would take place. So John Nemechek basically got loose off of turn 2, going into turn 3, and he spun out, bringing out the caution. Martrix Jr. very luckily would get the free pass. Went back racing on lap 143, and Kyle Busch was able to take the race lead away. And then Kevin Harvick was able to battle Kyle Busch back for a few laps. And then Kyle Busch was able to pass him right back about 6 laps to go in the stage. And at the end of coming to the end of stage 2, Kyle Busch was able to win stage 2. So, stage 2 results. Kyle Busch won it. Kevin Harvick second. Kyle Larson third. Martrix Jr. battled back up to 4th. Denny Hamlin 5th. Ryan Blaney 6th. Joey Logano 7th. Eric Jones 8th. Jimmy Johnson 9th. And Clint Bowyer rounded out the top 10. We went back racing on lap 167, and pretty much from here on out, it was going to be a slugfest between the top four. Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, Martrix Jr., Kevin Harvick, the four guys we focused on all season long, and the four drivers in the championship battle were the ones battling for the win. At the start of stage 3, Denny Hamlin looked to be the strongest. And then a few laps later, Kyle Busch was able to be the strongest. And then Martrix Jr. was able to get by Kyle Busch off a strategy on a pit stop. So they decided to break it up into halves. So Kyle Busch and Hamlin decided to pull one strategy, and then Martrix Jr. decided to pull the and Kevin Harvick decided to pull the other. Well, Martrix Jr. decided to pit 5 laps later, and it would be costly for them because, yeah, they unfortunately lost this, basically ran out time at the end of the day. Then Kevin Harvick decided to stay out for a few extra laps, but then Kyle Busch was able to retake the lead. Unfortunately for Denny Hamlin, and this is where Denny Hamlin's season would go unfortunate. Denny Hamlin, unfortunately, will lose that championship based off a mistake. One of the pit crew members at the last second put way too much tape on the front grill. It blocked off one of the grill, would heat the engine up. They had to come to pit road. They were at like 325 degrees was the engine temps. There was so much water spewing out. They had to come to pit road. This would unfortunately take them out of the NASCAR championship, which is a great shame for Denny Hamlin. As we came off the final corner, Mark Truex Jr. was on the charge, trying to do everything he could to catch Kyle Busch, but it would not be enough. Kyle Busch was able to hold off Mark Truex Jr., and Kyle Busch won this race. Not only won tonight's race, but he is your 2019 NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series champion. Congratulations once again to Kyle Busch on being your champion in 2019. Now let's get into the results of the race, because we can talk about everyone else in this race, shall we? But there isn't going to be much to talk about from the rest of the drivers. So, Kyle Busch wins. He didn't have the best car at the start of the race, but at the end of the day, he dominated the race at the end of the day and won it. Mark Truex Jr., I think he had the best car until his issues with the tires. I really felt like he was the guy to beat until his issues with the tires. I think specifically because of that issue, he lost his title. I think he had it won until then, in my opinion, because he was pretty much unstoppable. And then this crew made a stupid mistake, man. Come on. Eric Jones got third. Very strong run for Eric Jones. Very strong way to end the season. Maybe he'll get some momentum going to the Daytona 500 in 2020. Kevin Harvick finishes fourth. Solid run for Harvick, but just not enough to win the title. Joey Logano got fifth. Top five for Logano. Nice run for Logano. Clint Bowyer, solid sixth place. Ryan Newman, great run in seventh. Austin Dillon, great run in eighth. Ninth goes to Alex Bowman, and 10th would go to Denny Hamlin. Feel bad for Hamlin because I kind of wanted him the winner, Truex to win. But Kyle Busch won the race and the title. Ryan Blaney, 11th. Daniel Hemrick, 12th place. Really strong day for Rich Strauss. Wow, Rich Strauss had a great day today. Top 15 for both guys. Great run for both of them. Jimmy Johnson, 13th. He was up to 4th at one point. What happened to the speed, Jimmy? You were really good. What happened? Damn, that's a shame. Jimmy had a really good run going. 13th, though, not a bad way to end the year. Daniel Suarez, in his final start at Stewart Haas Racing and possibly final start in the Cup Series for now, finishes 14th. Not a bad run, but not the best way to end a career at SHR. Chase Elliott, 15th. Chris Buescher, 16th. 17th for Paul Menard in his final start. Paul, wish the best of luck to you, man, and good luck in whatever you do. 18th goes Brad Keselowski. No speed for that guy. 19th, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 20th, Matt DiBarito. 21st, Kurt Busch. 22nd, Eric Almirola. 23rd, John Hunter Nemechek. That's a really good run for a front row car. Strong run for him. Title in 24th, Ryan Preece 25th. Michael McDowell 26th. David Reagan finishes 26th, 7th in his final start. Wish you the best of luck, David. Congrats on a really pretty good career. Solid career, man. Congrats. Landon Castle 28th. 29th was Drew Herring. Okay, for Drew Herring, not bad. And J.J. Ely finishes 30th. Corey LaJoie, 31st. B.J. McLeod, 32nd. 33rd, Timmy Hill. 34th for Bubba Wallace for some sort of tire issues. 35th for Ross Chastain. 36th, Josh Bilicki. 37th, Reese Sorensen. 38th, Joe Nemechek. 39th, William Byron. And Kyle Larson finished the last. William Byron blew up. I think he blew up. Yeah, he blew up with about 50 laps. With about 50 laps to go in the race. Shame for Byron. He was having a solid run. Kyle Larson was in contention for this win. We'll talk about him real quick. Why did I not mention Larson? Larson just fell about outside of top 5, and then he just blew up with like 60 to go, which is a great chance. I think he had a shot to win the race. Feel so bad for it. So now, let me give you my opinion of this race. It wasn't great. There were definitely moments of the race I would say that were great, but I would say that this race, I'm only giving it a 6 out of 10. It's a shame. The race could have been better, in my opinion. There were definitely some good moments in this race. You know, the restarts were fantastic. And there was definitely points where there was battles for the lead, but after the restarts, it just got strung out, and it just kind of got boring to kind of watch. The only reason this race had any good moments was because we were focusing on the championship, and we were wondering maybe that championship contender was going to have an issue. Yeah, so you kind of didn't know who really was going to win this championship, but in the end of the day, races 6 out of 10. Well, that's it. That is the final race review of the 2019 NASCAR season altogether. Gotta find something else to film for you guys for the rest of the off season. I got some stuff planned for the off season. Just wait and see because I got a lot of content coming for you guys. We're still gonna have silly season stories. We're gonna have news stories for sure to cover on this channel. That's for sure. With like decisions that are made throughout the season, and then we're also gonna have some wrap-up videos for the end of the year. I plan on doing a top 10 best races of the year, probably a top 10 worst races of the year, probably top 10 best drivers of the year. A lot of content coming your guys' way, so if you're going to be new to this channel and you're watching for the first time, like and subscribe. We got a lot of content coming for you. Well, I got a lot of content coming for you guys. This is the final review here at in NASCAR for 2019 for me. And also the final race at Homestead for championship. It's a shame we're not going back to Homestead as a championship race. We're going to ISM next year for the championship. So yeah, this is me sending off for reviews for 2019. I will see you guys in 2020 for more NASCAR race reviews. I might go back to the old way I did the race reviews where I did the Xfinity trucks as well. But I will make that decision right before the season starts and talk about how I'm going to do it. We'll see what I do for 2020. We'll talk about that later in this year. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. And I will see you guys next time for another NASCAR video. Take care, everybody.